My dad cut my hair. While I slept to teach me a lesson, I woke up to hair in my mouth and my dad standing over my bed with kitchen scissors saying, maybe now you'll listen to me, while clumps of my hair were all over my pillow like a horror movie. My first scream wasn't even words, just this animal sound that made the dog bark downstairs. He rolled his eyes. Relax, it's just hair. I grabbed the back of my head and felt air, patches, uneven chunks. My braid, my actual braid, was on my blanket, cut clean off with a rubber band still on it. What did you do? I finally choked out. He shrugged. I told you I didn't want you looking like some influencer. You disobeyed me. Actions, consequences. Fast context, I'm 17. I've been growing my hair for years, and last week I dyed the ends a subtle burgundy with my own money. My mom said it looked cute, but told me not to tell dad until it faded a bit because he's weird about good girl appearances. He found out anyway. He ranted that I looked cheap, said I was asking for attention, and grounded me for disrespect. I thought that was the end of it. Nope. Apparently he wanted a sequel. I jumped off the bed, hair falling around my feet, my scalp burning where he'd hacked too close. You cut my hair while I was sleeping. Are you insane? He pointed the scissors at me like a judge with a gavel. I pay for this roof. You follow my rules. This is my house, my daughter, my choice. My hands were shaking. That's assault, he scoffed. You and your TikTok law degree. He marched toward the door. Get ready for school. Maybe now you'll learn some humility. I stared at myself in the mirror and genuinely didn't recognize the girl staring back. One side was sort of chin length, the other had bald patches where he'd gone too far. I looked like a bad before photo for a makeover show. Mom appeared in the doorway, eyes huge. Oh my god, he actually did it. You knew? I shouted. She flinched. He said he was just going to trim it, teach you a little lesson. I didn't think. You didn't stop him. She had no answer. I stuffed my chopped hair into a plastic bag because my brain was fried, and I didn't know what else to do. Put on a hoodie, yanked the hood up, and went downstairs. Dad smirked when he saw me. No hiding. Take the hood off. No, I muttered. He stepped closer. You don't say no to me. I met his eyes for the first time that morning. Watch me. He grabbed the edge of my hood and yanked it back. Mom gasped again like she hadn't seen the damage already. Dad studied his handiwork with this weird satisfaction, like a sculptor. This is what happens when you disobey, he said. Remember this every time you look in the mirror. Here's the thing, I did remember, but not the way he wanted. At school, everyone stared. I told my best friend what happened in the bathroom between classes. She didn't say, oh no. She said, that's not just strict, that's psycho. And then she did something I hadn't even considered. Marched me straight to the counselor's office. I showed the counselor my hair, explained everything. The dye fight, the threat, waking up to scissors, the my house, my rules speech, mom standing there doing nothing. The counselor didn't say, teenagers and parents fight. She said, that's not okay. She took pictures, with my permission, wrote down my words, asked if I felt safe going home. I laughed. I mean, he's not going to cut my hair again. There's nothing left. She didn't laugh. That's not what I asked. By lunchtime, things were moving. She called my mom, called some hotline, called someone else. Paperwork was involved, acronyms were mentioned. It stopped feeling like just a parent being strict and started feeling like evidence. Mom showed up to school pretending everything was fine. Sweetheart, come on, you're making a scene. You know your father didn't mean any harm. The counselor said, ma'am, sit down. Mom's smile cracked. This is a family issue. We'll handle it at home. I said very clearly in front of everyone, no, you won't. My voice sounded different coming out of my head, sharper. The counselor turned to me. Do you want to go home with your mother right now? I looked at my mom, still in her I'm the reasonable parent mask, and said, no, I don't feel safe there. Mom's jaw dropped. Safe? He's your father. I held up the plastic bag I brought with me without even realizing why. Inside, my cut hair. The counselor took it gently and set it on the desk like Exhibit A. Later that afternoon, there was a meeting. A serious one. Principal, counselor, some lady from Child Protective Services on video, my mom, me. They asked questions. I answered all of them. Has he done anything like this before? I told them about him grabbing my wrist hard enough to bruise when I wore mascara once. About him throwing my phone at the wall because I didn't answer fast enough. About jokes that weren't jokes. Mom tried to interrupt. She's exaggerating. She's dramatic. She always has been. The CPS lady cut her off. Ma'am, we're not asking you. Mom went quiet. In the end, they didn't haul him away in cuffs or anything dramatic like that. This isn't a movie, but they did put things in motion. Mandated counseling, a report on record, and an option for me to stay with my aunt temporarily if I wanted. I did. When we went home to pack a bag, Dad was waiting in the kitchen like a volcano. You told strangers our private business? He growled. You cut my hair off in my sleep. I said, that's not private business. That's you being proud of your little lesson. He scoffed. So what? You're running away? I grabbed my hoodie and my backpack. No, I'm leaving with witnesses. He stepped in front of the door. You'll be back. You can't survive without us. I looked him dead in the eyes, the bald patches on my head itching under the beanie I'd stolen from his drawer. Funny, I said. That's exactly what my hair thought last night.